This is probably the best homemade sourdough pizza that you will get, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make. First of all, you need to choose yourself a pretty bowl, because we all know you can't make nice bread and nice things without making it in a pretty bowl. Then the next thing we need to do is add in 350 grams worth of water. Next, we're putting in 150 grams worth of starter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1 and 2, giving it a little mixy mix. And then we're adding 500 grams of either very strong bread flour or 00 flour. And finishing off with 10 grams of salt. Just standard table salt is perfectly fine. And then we're giving it a good old mixy mix. And it should look something a little bit like that. I'm now going to cover it and leave it for 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. It looks something like this. Then with a wet hand, we're going to do 4 stretch and folds. So we lift and we do 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's it. And then we're going to cover it up and then come back again in 30 minutes. So it's been another 30 minutes. And the dough now looks something like this. So with a damp hand, we're going to do another 4 stretch and folds. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to leave this to double in size. Put it somewhere nice and warm and keep an eye on it and wait until it's doubled in size. It's now been a few hours and it's definitely doubled in size. So now we need to turn it into our dough balls. So we need to take this out of here. I always use rice flour because it just stops it from sticking. And so I'm covering the side just in a little bit of rice flour. Then using this scraper, these are so handy. Just take the dough out of here onto the side. And this recipe makes 4 good size pizzas, 4 individual pizzas. You could make, say, 2 larger ones or even 1 giant one, but this makes 4 really good sizes for individual pizzas. Then we take this one, and this one, you can use that one, but I just find this one is really good for actually cutting the dough. So we literally just cut it, and we're going to roll each one into a dough ball. If you wanted to, you could bake with this straight away, go straight in and make some gorgeous pizzas. But what I like to do is make it in advance, and then I've got it ready and raring to go at dinner time. So I just roll them into 4 little balls like this, and then I get myself a Tupperware pot, because also you can put this in the fridge and then bake one day and then maybe bake one the next day and stuff. So it is quite easy to do that. I do hear that people put these in the freezer as well, but in our house we eat them too quickly. So I just cover them all in a little bit of rice flour. They do become a bit sort of stuck together, and you will notice that they'll sort of like all become one, but because they've got the rice flour on there, they do maintain their individual dough balls. If you wanted to make more, just double the recipe. If you want to make less, then half the recipe. But these are such fantastic pizzas. So there we go, and then I've got one more to do. And there they are. I'm going to pop these in the fridge. And then when it's time for dinner later, I'm going to make up some pizza. Been in the fridge for a few hours now, and like I said, you can leave them in the fridge for 3 or 4 days even, but it's now dinner time, so let's make them up and see how they turn out. So there's 4 in here, and I'm just going to do 1 of them. And now you just need to make it pizza shaped, round, square, any shape you like, and I just kind of stretch it round. You can do it any which way you like to do it. It's entirely up to you, and you can do it as thick or as thin as you want to do it as well. That's also okay as well. So there we go, and then just sort of stretch it out so it's round and somewhat pizza shaped. Then you get to make up any type of tomato sauce you like. You can use barbecue sauce. You can even use tomato ketchup if you really want to. Yes, I did get trolled the other day for the sauce that I put on my pizza. But you know what? It's absolutely okay. I will not judge you for what you decide to put on your pizza. I'm just going to put some tomato on there. Spread it round. And if you want to, you can put it all the way to the edges. But if you don't want to, that's okay as well. So there we go. And make it as thin or as thick as you like it. like so. And then get yourself some cheese. I really like this Marks and Spencer's one, which is the cheddar and mozzarella together, but you can choose whichever cheese you like. And then again, put on as much as you like. You can use all different types of mozzarellas and cheddars. You can use blue cheese if you want to. Anything you like. And then this goes in the oven at 180 for about 10 to 15 minutes, depends on whether or not you have a fan oven, how crispy you like it to be, how melted you like your cheese to be. Pop it in and just keep an eye on it. Here it is, straight out of the oven, looking absolutely perfect, and it was just as simple as that.